I know there's a lot of you who are feeling alone or lonely right now, depressed, and even like lost on your path, lost in this world. And today's pick a card reading is just for you. So we're going to be looking for guidance on why you're experiencing this and how to shift your state out of it. And we will also be making our choices by sound. Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl Harnish. Hi. And I am the author of the Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit Oracle decks. We're going to be using those in our card reading today. And I picked this topic because it has been coming up so much in the personal readings that I've been doing over, I would say, like the last 3 weeks. The aloneness, the loneliness, feeling lost, the depression, and just kind of like this mental confusion. So today we are going to get our guidance and get some clarity on this for you, okay? So we're going to be choosing one of our 4 card piles, and we're going to use sound. So if you aren't very auditory, if you choose to pick by visually, just choose the instrument here that, resonates the most with you. And then for the rest of you, I'm just going to suggest that you close your eyes and take a breath and settle, and we will get into our choices, okay? So choice number 1 is our Om bell. Okay. Choice number 2 is going to be our tinkshas. Choice number 3 is going to be our singing bowl. So nice. And choice number 4 is going to be our Om bells. Okay, so pause the video if you need to. I'm going to get us set up for our first reading. I'll see you there. Hi, Group 1. How are you? Okay, for those of you who have chosen our Om bell, let's see what the cards have to say, how to help you out of this feeling or state that you're in. And I'm just going to draw out our 2 cards here. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe. I come out with readings every week. And I always love to see new comments and new people. Okay. So I feel like we're going to go here and here. All right. So our first card's out. We have frequency shift. All right. Now, with that one, whenever we are coming into this place of shift or change, things don't always feel so stable. And I feel like what this card is talking about is there is absolutely a need here for you to shift your state, to really be able to move out of the place that you're in into, a higher vibration, whether that's just a more loving or more open vibration. I'm just going to see what the cards have to say, but there is like change coming. There just is. So, okay. The next card we have is the Violet Flame card. And this, this one, I would have to say the majority of you guys who have chosen this reading today, when the Violet Flame card comes out, the Violet Flame is talking about going through a period of depression and feeling down, and it's hard to feel that sense of hope or excitement or passion about life. And it's talking about like digging your way, clawing your way out of this deep hole that you've been in, and finally like coming out and feeling the sun on your face and breathing this fresh air. And it's funny because these are the two that I just pulled. And I was saying with the frequency shift card that there's change coming. It's a shift card. And with the violet flame, now I hope it shows up in video here, but within this fractal, there's this outline of a bat. And in native spirituality, bat represents change. So now we've got two cards confirming that same message here for you, that there is change coming. And I feel like they are directly talking about, a healing of the state that you're in. And I don't feel like they're talking about, some circumstance happens and it just makes you feel good for a while, but then you sink back down to where you were, because the violet flame card is talking about like a healing that is down into the soul. Okay, so we'll just see what the rest of the cards here that we have. Okay, so we have the creative card. And what I love about this, we've got all these deep reds and this yellow and blue, and that the creative card is talking about beginning to tap into your creative side, because the faculty of our intuition is the same faculty that receives creativity. And then we channel it into ourselves, and then we utilize that energy as either, working intuitively or working creatively. But it's all like from source coming through us. And with that creative card, I feel like they are literally talking about facilitating or fostering this movement of healing through some type of creative work. And now I know that I've been here in that same spot, and I know that it can be really hard to motivate yourself to do things because of that feeling of lack of passion, right? Like, why bother, But that's the little mind, the little voice. That's the ego that is talking at you and telling you to stay small and stay down, okay? Because what this is talking about, it's almost like your own art therapy, but that creative card is through any type of creative work. So, whether you're editing videos or doing scrapbooking or painting, this Michelangelo work of art, dancing, like anything, gardening and arranging flowers. We're coming into spring here in the Northern Hemisphere. There's so many ways that you can use your creative force, and like literally Spirit is saying that this is one of the ways to begin to budge you and nudge you out of the state that you're in. And it will literally start to bring not only like this spiritual kind of healing, but actually begin to shift things in your life. Shift the energy. As soon as we shift our energy, reality begins to shift, right? So the next card that we have, haven't seen this one for a while. So this one is the light body guide, and he looks very much alien in this fractal, and on his chest he has this heart, right? And so in this deck, this card would be very akin to like that starseed card or that starseed energy, which does talk about feeling like you're the lone wolf, the odd man out. You're not the one that ever fits in with the cool kids club at school, right? And it's like, and that feeling stays with us into adulthood, that we don't seem to be able to fit in. And this light body card is talking about really paying attention to the spiritual aspects of yourself and your life and taking care of them. And it's literally almost mirroring the things that I've said before. Because in doing that, when you take the time to do the things to nurture, even when you're depressed, I know it's hard, but to begin to nurture yourself and love yourself, and like by doing things like prayer, meditation, chanting, arranging your room in a slightly different way so that the energy feels better in your room. He really is talking about paying attention to the physical energy that is running through you and making changes in that. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit shocked at how the cards are coming out and telling this, like all three decks combined are all putting this story together, that for you guys in particular, that this is, that the underlying cause is for spiritual growth and spiritual learning. Okay. And okay, so the next card we have is the consciousness card, and this is a little brain infused with like every color of the rainbow. And this one comes out a lot in the readings, and the consciousness card is actually talking about a shift or change in your perception, your understanding, your beliefs, and your general state of being. And I feel like with depression, what happens is our thoughts begin to take a particular, the neurons fire down a particular neural pathway, and it just keeps firing in this, like, you know, I don't feel good, life is not good, and it continues and creates like this rabbit trail, and all the other areas of our brain kind of dim and slow because it's not being utilized. And I feel like what they're talking about is to begin to make that shift and reconnecting these new neural pathways, that the way for you guys in particular is through this sort of spiritual reconnecting and coming into this creative force. And even if you feel like you are the least creative person on the planet, you are soul incarnated. You are a creator, just as that. So if you want to take your creativity in the realm of manifesting, even use that as your creative vice, and use that to begin to change your consciousness, change the patterns, how your brain is literally firing, and light it up. Okay, so the next card we have out, okay, so we have the connections card. Now this is interesting because the connections card is often talking about the people in our lives and how we have, you know, soul agreements with particular people, or we have karmic connections. But it's very much a past life card, but I feel like this is talking about, I feel like this lesson, what you're learning and experiencing here with the aloneness or feeling lost or the depression, this is an old pattern for you guys. I feel like this is something that you've attempted to work out in previous lives and didn't quite get there. You know, you got most of the way, but not all of the way. And so I feel like they're talking about this as cleaning up or tidying up some of these last bits from previous lives. Okay. Now, the other thing with this card that I love is that, see how these look like theater masks? And I feel like what they're talking about with that is, like we're literally wearing a state of being, right? And it seems like it has power over us, But ultimately, we are the ones in power and in control. And I feel like with what they're giving you as advice, enabling you to be able to change your state and put on a new mask, wear a different aspect of yourself that does resonate and come from that place of joy and truth. And, with the light body guide, because his heart is lit up with, like, literally lit up with light, it's talking about coming into more of that heart-centered place. Okay, so that the depression just doesn't come over you and consume you. So I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you that there's a lot of hope here for you guys. And it's just a bit of will and movement. Like, you guys are like the dam, and all we need to do is put enough pressure on that dam to create one crack. One crack is all it takes. And as soon as it cracks, the whole thing goes down. Okay? So you guys have some amazing homework to do over the next few weeks, but you're going to get there. You are going to get there. And I come back in a couple weeks and post, because I know that you're going to be feeling in a much better, brighter state than you're feeling right now. I really love you guys. Please do hit the like and subscribe. I'm available for personal readings, which are so much more specific to you. You can find all my information down below, and I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi, Group 2. How are you? For those of you who are new, welcome. I think I need to pull us just a couple more cards before we do this. Okay, Group 2. What guidance do they need on their state of being right now? Group 2 and this one. Okay. All right. So, you saw me pull it. Okay, just gotta say that. First card out of the deck is the Up card. And, with this card, I know it's very phallic looking. I'll just call out that elephant in the room, but we're just going to ignore it. With the Up card, it's like this enormous arrow, and it's pointing up to the sky. And in the booklet, I had wrote, we get in this habit of like looking in a particular direction or seeing with particular mindset or eyes. And this is about a shift of, instead of looking down or feeling like things are always looking down, is a shift of beginning to look up and look into the openness, because this open energy, this is the energy that comes with that card. So I feel like we can use the Up card, because I feel like they're literally talking about a shift in your state of mind, a shift in your state of being. But I also feel like they're talking about things shifting up for you, or lifting up. So like a lightening. So I feel like whatever, like with your reading in particular, I feel like there's something going on here in regards to situations, because sometimes depression is, personal causes, and other times there's situational causes. And I feel like they are talking directly in this card that whatever situations are happening in around you, that there's some lightning, some reprieve, a place where you can catch your breath and start to like see the sky and feel the sun on your face. Okay, so the next card out is the Faith card. This one likes to come out a lot. So, we have these big wings coming down, and that really is angelic energy. It's like spirit doing this big wrap around you. And, because like I had just said with the previous card, this feeling feels like it's situationally induced. And I feel like Spirit is saying, just hold on. This is not forever. It's not going to last forever and ever. And this is the way it will be for the rest of your life. That this is a period of time, to not let it get you down, to suck you down. And I know that's easier said than done, but just remind yourself that the only constant in life is change. Okay? So, and this situation is also going to change. You just need to hold on, and you've got to ride this bad boy out. Okay? The next card that we have. Nice. We have the Gentleness card. And, wherever we have spirals, we have healing. That's how universal energy moves. Now, with this, you see all this white in here? That white, not many of the fractals that I make have the color white. And with that card, with the Gentleness card, it is talking about needing to soften up. And a lot of the times we are being ridiculously hard on ourselves, harder than we need to be. And sometimes we're being harder on other people, or hard in our approach with the situation and things around us. And it's kind of saying, like, you need to take a breath, breathe. Like, to be honest, you guys, I have to say the energy that I'm feeling with this is a lot of self-judgment. There's a lot of this energy going on that you're like putting yourselves down, and you aren't being good to yourselves. You're not being your own best friend. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this card is talking about. Like, you are the only one who can take care of you, and you need to love you first, and you need to come at yourself and approach yourself and your life with love and compassion and like gentleness, right? Because I feel like what they're saying is that when you become conscious of that and start to shift your approach, like, instead of allowing that inner voice that I'm no good, I'm not worth anything, nobody wants to be with me, I can't be loved, all that stuff, that through becoming conscious of that, then you go, oh, I'm doing it again. Okay. And then you start to soften how you're talking to yourself, and softening how you're approaching yourself in your life, that is what literally is going to begin to shift the energy and move the energy out into this outward motion. Instead of, when we are really down, the energy actually kind of spirals inward. It almost creates like that black hole kind of energy. We become our own black hole. And I feel like they're saying that as advice, as the way to begin to like alter the flow of energy. We need to reverse osmosis this situation and how you're being with yourself. Okay. So the next card that we have, oh, nice. So we have the Lion Guide card, and this one has also been making an appearance a lot in the last few weeks. So, I mean, you can see his eyes, his little lion nose there, and his big lion chin, right? And I have to point out, he's master number 33. So wherever we have master numbers, we have challenge. And I know that this situation is challenging you. I mean, I can feel the energy off it, honestly. And with that card, the Lion Guide card is talking about claiming your kingdom and realizing that, like I said to you, like, because of that up card, that it feels very situationally, induced because of circumstances that are happening. And that Lion Guide card fits that so perfectly, because it feels to me like what the Lion Guide card is saying is that you need to realize that this is your kingdom, this life, what you are experiencing, this is your world, your reality. And everything that you are experiencing out here is merely a reflection of what is alive and living inside of you, good and bad. And so this is like saying, you know what? Instead of like hiding away, it's time to like come out and take some of that lion pride energy and like claim your throne and claim your kingdom and go, I've had enough, and I am going to begin to rule my kingdom and have it be the way I need it to be. Okay? Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Oh, that's funny. So we have 33 and we have 3. So there's a lot of 3 is the Holy Trinity, and there's a magic to the number 3, 6, and 9. And so I feel like they're talking about that breakthrough, that kind of a higher understanding, these higher principles coming through. And this card is called the Awakening card. And I feel like they are like how I'm understanding this, one, with all of this red and then this gold, they're talking about getting grounded, getting rooted, getting into your body, because a lot of the times what happens is when we're feeling this way, we kind of end up in this place, mental place, and kind of disengage our bodies so that we can disengage reality, this reality we're not liking too much. And so part of that is talking about coming down into yourself, into your body, getting grounded. And in that, it begins to put you back into your power, back into your place within yourself to be able to begin to manage this, okay? Now, the thing is that Awakening card is actually saying that this situation is happening to help you awaken to your higher truth of who you are. And I know you're probably thinking, but you know what, Cheryl? I don't need lessons like this. But unfortunately, humans are creatures of habit and comfort, and we won't change and grow and evolve unless something challenges us. And this is the challenge that is being presented in front of you, and you're being asked to stand up and be your own champion, right? Be your own champion, and to begin to make the changes that need to happen. But I feel like this isn't like you making the changes out there. I feel like they're talking about you coming into your own self here affects the changes out here. So I really want to be clear about that, okay? Because that's really important. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the last card we have out is the Inflow card. And look at this, you guys. We have another master number. So master number 11, master number 33. You're building something. This is becoming, I know it's hard to see it this way when you're in it. But after you come through it, you're going to look back and you're going to go, that is what Cheryl was talking about. That this, what you're experiencing right now, is forcing you into yourself, into your power, into your world, into your truth as a manifester, as a creative soul, as being the one who actually is in control of the reality around you. And as you learn to step up and take the reins instead of, just letting the tides of, fate blow things around, as you come into your power and into your truth and start to claim it, this challenge is actually going to become the foundation that you stand on from that point, so that things situations don't get out of control. Life doesn't get out of control on you. And I'm not saying that you have control, like in mental control, but you're more coming at life from this place of your truth of who you are and how reality creates itself. Okay? And with that card, they're talking about you being in flow with that, being in flow with that energy, with spirit, with life itself. Okay? So, I mean, these readings have been amazing today. I'm pretty blown away. Okay, so this was a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, which is so much more specific to you, I am available. All my info's down below. Please do hit the like, subscribe, and I will see you guys again next week. I'm sending you all my love. Hi, Group 3. How are you? Nice. Okay. So let's get out our Group 3. What do they need to know to help change their state? What guidance do you have for them? Now, for those of you who are new, welcome. I feel like I need that one and that one, so we'll just go with that. Okay, let's see what we've got. Okay, first card out is the right card. And that's funny because this one, you know, certain cards come out a lot for a while and then they kind of stop. And this one hasn't made an appearance in quite some time. So I'm going to have to look at the rest of the cards to see what context they're talking about the writing. But there is something about, you know, getting a pen in your hand or, you know, your laptop and beginning to put a voice to something. That's what the writing is. So, you know, whether that's creatively or whether that's like in that aspect of like journaling and personal growth and things like that, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling it's probably both. But let's just see what else we have here. Okay, next card out is the contact card. So when that card comes out, first of all, it's all these blues, right? And blue is the throat chakra. It is the color of communication, you know? But then we have these two sides coming together and it lights up like this little fireball in the center. And that is talking about, usually it's talking about getting in contact or other people contacting you. And so, you know, we have a card that's talking about communication, and now we have a card talking about writing. So with you guys, I feel like there's something about getting it out of you. Like I feel like there's either you need to talk to somebody, whether that's a friend, whether you pay someone like a counselor. I feel like that you guys need to give a voice to what is living inside of you. Like you need to be heard is how this feels to me. And if that's not within your budget, you can't afford like a counselor or someone to talk to right now, and you can't find a friend that you feel, you know, is trustworthy, then at least start to take some time to write, and write as if you're talking to somebody and saying what you need to say to get it out of you, so that it's not living inside of you and it becoming the entity that parades around as you, because it's not you, right? Okay, so, and I need to say, you might hear some banging. There's some work being done around the house today, so if you hear it, just ignore it, okay? So the next card we have out is the Astral Realms. Now that is interesting. Okay, I just need to see what the other cards are here so that I understand what they're talking about. But with the Astral Realms card, this is normally talking about, you know, coming into altered states of consciousness. So we have this theme of needing to communicate and needing to give voice to what is living inside of you, living inside your mind. And then we get this Astral Realms card that is saying, okay, along with that, there needs to be some time of inner focus, a time of getting a break from your mind, because this is like a card of meditation, out of body experiences, anything that involves an altered state. Hypnosis actually is a good one. So I feel like Spirit is in your reading today, they're really giving you like this practical everyday advice, because what meditation does is, the brain gets stuck in a particular not just the neural pathways that I was talking about in the first reading, but the brain gets stuck in particular frequencies, and it gets hard to break out of that. And what happens is when you meditate or do guided hypnosis or hypnosis sessions, it drops the brain into a state that's deeper than the depression. And it helps to break you from that, so that when you come back out of it, you've come above that state that your brain is stuck in with the depression. So there's something really important in there for you, okay? But I'm sure there's more to that. Let's just get out the rest of our cards. Okay, so we also have the Deeper Look card. Now, I love this one because this is like the center is peeled out and it's magnified, and we're seeing all the fine wires and workings. And this deeper look, it can be like through this counseling, journaling, self-help work, personal growth work, that it gives you a different perspective on what is living inside of you, inside of your mind, as far as your beliefs, your understanding of life, how you feel about yourself, the world at large. And because with that Deeper Look card, it's very empowering. It's like being able to see the things that have always been like in your blind spot, that no matter where you looked, you couldn't see it. And that Deeper Look card is saying that it brings it right here, so that it doesn't evade you anymore, right? And you gain a lot of that kind of insight through meditation and through hypnosis and stuff. But you definitely gain it through the talking with other people, giving voice to the story, because sometimes when we give voice to our story, we hear how kind of weird our story is, that inside our heads it sounds all okay, and then when we start to say it, we're like, how could I really actually believe that? Okay, so there's something like that going on here that's going to empower you through this process. Oh, nice. So the next card out is the Joyous card, and I love this card because it's these greens and pinks. Pink is the alternate color of the heart chakra. So this is all very heart-based, and it's got like this little guy has two eyes, nose, and this like little grin. And it is talking about, like, I feel like Spirit put this in here for you guys to give you that, like, that hope. Like there's light at the end of the tunnel here for you, because this is about, through this work, like every once in a while we need to take out the garbage and we need to clean out our closets. We can't pretend that the garbage bin is full, or that our closets, we've stuffed everything into the closet, and we can't pretend that it doesn't, need sorting and getting taken out every once in a while. And I feel like it's talking about, through this inner housekeeping, inner house cleaning, that it's just going to open up that space, like create that good void where there's less of that stuff living inside of you, and it creates a space for you to be here, like in your heart, and experience that just like that simple joy of being here and being alive. Like, it has a gentleness to it, that card. Okay, and then last card out is Nurturing Universe. Okay, this one is, okay, so we've got the double spiral here, and then there are like literally thousands and thousands of spirals all through here. And that Nurturing Universe is talking about, it's like a twofold story. So one is, you know, that is Spirit saying that we are here and like ready to support and to give and to help you through this process. But sometimes we get so stuck, and not intentionally, so stuck in the world of hurt that we're in, that we actually create this barricade and we can't let anything in because we're in overwhelm, right? And it's almost like Spirit is on the outside knocking, you know, let us in. We want to give to you, to help you, to help nurture your heart and to help you through this personal growth process. And I feel like the other part of that message is also that these things, that in doing these things for yourself, it's like an act of self-love and going, okay, I am going to do these things because I need to start to act from a place of loving myself. And that's the beginning. And that one little bit of work, you know, these things that we've been talking about, the meditation, the counseling, the talking it out, and that, the writing, that through that, it begins that awakening of like, oh yeah. And you begin to see, deeper look, how you have not been you haven't been nurturing yourself and loving yourself and giving to yourself in the way that you truly need, right? And there's something about learning how to do that, learning that process. But I mean, the energy is very strong, because I also feel like there's this opening kind of happening here so that you can kind of let the universe in to begin to provide that nurturing for you as well. And what I was saying, like, you know, finding someone to talk to, I feel like if you just come into that place of willingness, then the universe will provide the person, the friend, the someone for you to be able to connect with on a deep level, in the way that you need. So this is just a group reading. I am available for personal readings, which are so much more specific to you as a person. And all my information is down below. I want to thank you guys for being here. Please do hit the like and subscribe. And I just want to say you've got this, okay? You really do. I am sending you all my love, a big hug, and I will see you guys again next week. Take care. Hi, Group 4. How are you? Okay. Try to put them down gentle. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. Okay, Group 4. What advice or direction, what messages do you have on helping them and understanding this state and how to change it? I feel like I need that one and the top one. Oh, I can't argue. Have to take that third card. You guys get an extra card. Okay, so what did we draw here? Prayers. Okay, so when that card comes out, that is Spirit saying that you are being heard. That, you know, literally your prayers or your inner dialogue, like you're questioning why you're going through this, your prayers for help, you know, guidance, direction, all of that. This is Spirit's way of saying that you are being heard. And I feel like, and I don't mean this in a conceited way, I mean this, that I feel like in one way that that Spirit is replying to you through this video, through, the universe uses whatever means, any person they can get their hands on to get a message to you. And I feel like they are saying, we hear you, we are with you, and we're responding to you. Okay. Nice. Okay, the next card out is the Starseed card. Now, when that one comes out, the Starseed card, is talking about feeling like the odd man out, feeling like there's not quite a place where you seem to like really fit in. Like, where be your tribe? Where are your people? And I feel like that energy is kind of, what the universe is addressing here. So whether that is manifesting for you in that feeling of feeling lonely or feeling alone, or if it's manifesting in that way of feeling depressed or lost, it doesn't matter, because this card is saying that, you have this uniqueness about you, and that it is about kind of claiming yourself in all your quirky beautifulness, in the way that you are, exactly as you are, that really puts you into that place of finding your place in life, finding that spot where you belong. And it's almost like in doing that, it kind of breaks away this invisibility cloak that seems to be around you, and it breaks away, and then it's almost like your light shines out, and you begin to like draw in these people who are like kindred souls, who are also starseeds, who, have been through that same difficult journey that you have been. Okay, so let's just get out the rest of the cards and see where they're going with all of this. Okay, so we have the Mediumship card here. Now that's interesting because, we could look at this as actual mediumship, talking from, listening to spirit and being the middleman to convey a message to a person. But, in this card, it's a split mirrored image, and both sides come together into the center here. And I feel like this is like spirit is meeting you halfway in this. So I feel like just getting yourself into a motion kind of energy instead of the that kind of stagnant energy that kind of happens when you start to feel like depressed and down, and you're like, I don't want to move. When we're kids, you go, Mom, I'm bored. And they go outside and play. And you go, I don't want to. It's that kind of energy that I'm talking about. And I feel like if we can just like muster the force to begin to a little bit of motion or movement, spirit is going to meet you guys here halfway. But I also feel like they are talking about a part of this being about your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose, and that in some form, in some way, that who you are as a soul is here to work on behalf of spirit, to be the middleman for spirit out here in the world. And that doesn't necessarily be mediumship, right? Because you could be shining shoes, but when you sit down to work and shine someone's shoes, you are, allowing God to work through you. The universe works through you. And I feel like there's an element of that. So I have to say, for you guys in this group, there's much more a feeling of like that feeling of being lost on my path. Like, where do I belong? Where's my purpose? And that sort of thing. It feels like that's the thing that's kind of bringing you down. Nice. Okay, next card out is the Heart-Centered card. And I love this card. And this one has come out a couple times over the last few weeks. So when there's this like repeating theme happening, because like I said, these questionings about the loneliness, depression, and feeling lost has been they've been coming through the personal reading so much that I needed to do a video on it today, because it's almost like the mass consciousness is going through this huge growth and experience into being called into their authenticity. And with that heart-centered card, that is talking about you making this shift from, operating in the place that you are now, where your mind is, more reigning control in this situation, and bringing yourself down into this place where you begin to live, operate, and move through the heart center. And so heart coherence is what this is talking about, when the brain falls into coherence with the rhythms of the heartbeat. And there's lots on Google, lots on YouTube about it. I have a video on it. There's lots of information, okay? But there's something about you getting into this heart-centered place. And I feel like, because even though it's the mediumship card, it's giving me this feeling about path and purpose. And I feel like they're talking about you making this shift, or things shifting, so that you can come into your heart and be at that place where you can give to the world and do something that really friggin' matters, doing something that really means something. Because I feel like that's really important to you guys who are watching this particular reading. Oh my gosh. Next card out is the rewards card. And I always see this like a rocket ship that's shooting out into the sky and literally parting the cosmos. And that rewards card is talking about some sort of reward coming your way. There's something beneficial, some positive energy, something is coming in here for you guys. And because this is a group reading, I can't tune into it individually for you, but there's some sort of shift that's happening here. And I feel like, to me, it feels like this is a situational change, like a change in your circumstances or situation that is not instigated by you. Sometimes we're the ones working to manifest a change. I don't get that feeling. This feeling, it feels like there's, the universe has a plan, there's something in the works, and it's coming in, because that's really how it feels. So I have to roll with that. But there is some sort of reward, benefit, positivity coming in here that I feel is gonna help to bust this up for you. The next card out. Whew. Okay. So with this card, it almost looks like this orchid that's wide open. And I always see this as Magdalene energy. And this would be the head, the body, the arms are out, and she's wearing this beautiful cape. And this card is talking about changes coming up. And isn't that ironic? Because I said to you that I can feel this energy of something in the works coming in here. And then we get this card, the perspectives card, and this one is talking about a change somehow. And it's usually there's a change with the job, or moving house, or a change in your relationships due to a different perspective on things. It's not called the perspective card, sorry. So, whatever this is, I feel like it's a fairly significant change. I'm just trying to tune into the energy of this, because it is a group reading. It's kind of lots of different energies coming in with it. But there's some sort of situational change that is coming in here for you that I feel like is going to give you guys that second wind, put the wind back in your sails, give you that kind of energy and space to be able to really come into yourself and claim yourself, and not feel like you're so lost. I feel like your ship is going to be sailing in a particular direction where you feel like yeah, I'm getting somewhere. I'm going somewhere now. This is awesome. Oh my goodness. Okay, last card out is the Footprints card. I have been blown away with all the card readings today. This is amazing. So the Footprints card, you see how it's like this globe, right? And the footprints are on each side, and it's kind of representing to the two worlds, like the spiritual world and the physical world. And because we, we operate through in both the spiritual and physical. And the Footprints card is talking about literally leaving your mark on the world. And I was saying from whichever card this was, this one, oh, the Mediumship one, that it was giving me that feeling of like that this reading is about your path and your purpose. And then we have the Footprints card, because this is talking about that, having that calling in your heart that you need to do something that matters, and that you need to do something that in a way leaves a mark on the world. And whether you feel like you want to leave your mark on the world or leave a mark on the world, like change it for the better, I need to tell you guys, when this card comes out, that's Spirit's way of saying that that is not all in your head. It's not just some crazy idea that you have, that it's very real. And like the universe is supporting you in that. And you need to trust it, you guys, because you really are intended, like you have a job to do. And it's just a bit of shifting here to get you moving down on your path. And because it's not going to evade you. I promise you it isn't. Okay. So just hold on. I feel like get this work going here of getting that shift of being stuck in your head in the lostness and that stuff, and start doing heart coherence to get yourself in here. And that is going to make, literally, Spirit is saying that's the biggest thing that is going to help you guys in getting back on track, getting on your path, getting to purpose, getting to your purpose. Okay. So this is a group reading. My personal readings are so much more specific to you as an individual, and all my information is down below if you'd like to book with me. I want to say thank you for being here. Please do hit the like, subscribe, and I'm sending you guys all my love. You got this, okay? You've got this. I will see you again next week. Take care.